My name is Alejandro. I am a lead product manager at Pendo. I double majored in computer science and engineering from Florida Atlantic University. And then I worked for 8 years and I got a master's in business administration at Duke University. During my master's degree, I interned at Amazon for product management, my first product job. I think internships are huge because they really give you a taste of what your professional life is going to be. I think education is critical. It helps you build the necessary skills to get you to the door, to help you take that step towards your professional career. But that first inkling of what it is to, be a part of the workforce is super important, and you'll very easily or very quickly see the difference between what you learned at school versus what you learned at your job. Pendo's an analytics company that helps other software companies make better software. In fact, our mission is we help elevate the world's experience with software. At Pendo, I'm a product manager. It's funny because we sell to product managers. So Pendo is a tool for other product managers. So it's funny that I'm a product manager at a product management company. I lead one of our business units. It's called Guides. So think of all of when you go to a website and you see like a pop-up telling you, hey, this is how to use the software, click here to learn. We've just released a new feature, click here to learn more. That's my product area. I give our customers the tool to build those. I'm in a lot of meetings with either my engineering team. I work very closely with engineering. Even though I don't code directly, I work very closely with engineering and designers. So I'm in a lot of meetings with them. I'm also in a lot of meetings with our customers. It's important to understand what our customers' needs are, where they're coming from, generate empathy to why they're coming to us and asking us for certain features, why they're using our software. That's very important for me to understand so that I can know what to deliver next. As a product manager, it's up to me to define what is the roadmap of the product, what are we building next, and why. I try to make a connection between our company's business objectives and tie that into our product's objectives. When I was a developer, I didn't really know what product was. Since it was a smaller company that I worked for, we didn't have a product organization. So I didn't even know that there was a whole function whose sole job was understanding what to build next and why. As I was working as a developer, I felt like I was very disconnected from my customers. I was just told that this is what we're building and go build it. And my first step was outside of engineering was like, well, I want to understand why. I want to understand why our customers come to us, to our software specifically rather than a competitor. And I want to understand what they like about our software and how we could make it better. So I didn't even know what the function of product was when I started my career. And as I progressed through it, and as I went through all of these different experiences at that company, I finally kind of make the connection. We actually hired a product manager, and I saw what she did, and I'm like, oh, I really like that. This is probably what I want to do. I had reached a ceiling at the company that I was at. I didn't feel like there was a lot more upward mobility, and I wanted to do I wanted to get my master's degree for a long time. And I said, you know what? This is the point in my life where it makes sense for me to do that. And then I used my master's in business and administration to pivot into product. I focused exclusively on trying to get a product job. My interest changed over time. The reason I got into software development is funny. It's probably pretty common. I just really like video games and I wanted to build video games. As I started delving into development, I realized that maybe it's not what I wanted. It's not what I liked. And that's when I started looking around to other parts of the company. I want to keep growing in my career. I felt like I did a lot of jumping around, trying to understand what is it that I wanted to do. And I think that's something that's very common and it's very normal. I think the next step in my career is just keep growing. I have grown from an associate product manager to a mid-level to a senior and now to a lead. And I want to continue that climb. I don't know whether I'm going to always be an individual contributor, meaning that I don't have any reports under me, or when I'm going to make that change to the managerial track, but What I do know is that my career is in product management now. One of the parts that I enjoy the most about my career and about what I do is actually delivering new functionality. We call it shipping a feature. I think there's nothing more rewarding than seeing your hard work in your customers' hands and seeing the value that you and your team created being used and leveraged by your customers. That I think is the best part of it. The advice I would give to middle schoolers getting into the job market or starting to learn a little bit more about their careers is it's okay to not know. It's okay to maybe have an inclination, maybe be curious about something, trying it out. If you don't feel like it's working for you, it's fine. See if you can find something different. Look around. It can be very intimidating, especially when you're starting to look for jobs, because you're going to start thinking, you're going to start saying, hey, you need this much experience, you need these many years. It's the only way to get something you want is to at least try, so shoot your shot.